If you wanna go outside, my love, get by, my love, see right through me. If you wanna go and get high, my love, make you cry, my love, you said you knew me. If you wanna go and waste time, my love, then I'm mine to love, you walk right through me. If you wanna go outside, my love, ride or die, my love, you see right through me. If you come the seconds I like, I'll break my back just thinking about dee-da-dee. And then subtract, I'll leave you be if you want me to. Spend my money but I'll make it back like hard cash, like blood on the pavement that deed. And then subtract, I'll leave you be if you want me to. Damn, when I'm gonna take my life, got a bad impression on some bad advice. It's a come cut from a hard knock life, bang bang, cheap cheap, back it up now. Damn, when I'm gonna take my life, got a bad impression on some bad advice. It's a come cut from a hard knock life, bang bang, cheap cheap, back it up now. Snow me and I got all that thing going, but I'm into it all. Lick you up, lay you down. You're a sweet girl, I go. It's a show and I'm wearing your crown. Just call me Prince Judge and I go right down. I'll just speak with my tongue in your mouth, bang bang, cheap cheap, back it up. All your strange delight. that you've got a bad in pushing on some bad advice. It's come cut from a hard knock life. Bang, bang, cheap, cheap, back it up, back it up. Our strange delight. We're holding to directions. I'm not that guy. I'm the key that together. Said when you're gonna take my life, got a bad in front of me, so bad it's fast, it's up. If you got something to say, you should say it. I can't waste more time on your miss. Try to pretend like I saw it and held it, but I can't act like it doesn't bother me now. As I'm leaving your house, dead on arrival, it's hard like an edge. I always forget what I'm trying to say. Sleep at the wheel like a drunk truck driver, hung up to dry with a thief and a lighter. Sorry I'm not with quit to dress it. Trauma hits me like a wave. Sometimes I know what more than second guess it. Sometimes I think that if I leave you alone, so hard to be alone. What's good for you ain't always took it hard like an ashtray. I always forget what I'm trying to say. Sleep at the wheel like a drunk truck driver, hung up to dry with a thief and a lighter. I'm fine, I'm here like half of the time. That's nothing new, it's a crime. And to cry in shame, you took it hard like an ashtray. I'm always fine, but I'm never okay. You took it hard like an ashtray. You took it hard, you took it hard. You took it hard like an ashtray. I always mess up with a hammer. Sleep at the wheel like a drunk truck driver, hung up to dry with a thief and a lie.
Hey, I'm Ayisha Jaffer, your evening host here at The Current, and I'm here with Hippo Campus. I've got Jake and Zach here in the studio. Thank you guys for being here. I'm sure, like, you might be jet lagged. You just came back from Europe, and I know the last venue, if you didn't have a secret show, was Paradiso, which is one of the most beautiful venues. How was that tour?
Fantastic tour.
Amazing.
Just a little European run. So yeah, I mean, it was booked before this like first U.S. leg, and then we had to push it back because of another COVID variant. So we got to finish up the tour in Europe instead of start it there, but it's very fun.
Nice. Well, we're glad to have you back here in your hometown, St. Paul, which is awesome. I know that I'm new to the Twin Cities, so I know St. Paul versus Minneapolis. I got to make sure that I say St. Paul.
You got to get it right.
But there's love from both, and I love that. And, I know you guys have kind of evolved together and have been together since high school, and you're still, tight. I have to ask the silly question of if you've ever been to a high school reunion. I'm very curious.
Our school doesn't really have those. I think it was structured a bit like a collegiate program in a way where there was tracks. So there was an instrumental track, vocal track, dance track, musical theater, and theater. So people were pretty separated in those regards. And I think being a bunch of artists and musicians, nobody's very organized. So it just hasn't come together yet. Oh. But I look forward to it happening.
Fingers crossed. We're coming up on 10 years. Maybe we'll get the invite.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, opportunities here. Well, I also wanted to ask, I know Caleb Hines comes from high school days, and he's worked on some of your projects. Are there any other people that you've kind of taken along the way? Because you had kind of a tight-knit group.
Mm-hmm. Actually, a lot of people. I mean, my graphic designer, David, went to school with us, and he was in a band with DeCarlo and Nathan and Whistler. And then I lived with, we were in a band called Whistle Kid, and I lived with the two of those guys for a long time, Joey Hayes and Alex Graves, and Joey drums on pretty much all the studio stuff that I record for other artists. So it's still a pretty tight-knit community.
That's awesome. Is it something about kind of, well, I want to touch on this more later, but is it something about the Twin Cities that kind of has that added magic? Because I think about how like Lizzo is from here, Prince is from here, the Replacements, and now you guys. So what is like maybe that special magic of the city that kind of harbors these amazing creatives?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty insular city in that it's not on the way to anywhere. Like you don't drive through Minneapolis to get to many places. I mean, you start here, you might go to Chicago or somewhere super far. But I think in that regard, Minneapolis and St. Paul, they're very self-sustaining in that like you kind of have to rely on yourself. So like we didn't have big goals when we started, but we just wanted to do it, and we just kept doing it and got kind of good at it. And I think, sort of chasing that, we learned a lot about why Minneapolis is special, because we've spent all this time now in other states, and just not a lot of I don't know, like compared to LA, it's really peaceful here. You're not thinking about whatever anyone else is doing. You're thinking about like what you want to do, and maybe that fosters a sense of originality or just authenticity.
It's so rare that an artist from here would get like a #1 record, whereas like in LA or New York, that's sort of the goal, especially doing sessions out there. It's like everyone's in this mindset of success is monetary and success is like numbers. And, whereas I think success here is just making really good music that influences the people around you.
That's advantageous to be able to not also have that pressure always, like on the outside of it. Sounds like you kind of have kept with each other, and then like, you make it work too, which is kind of what I want to talk about next, really, because before we talk about your new record, LP3, which I'm very excited about, I think it's a very strong record and you should be proud of it. And I know you probably are.
Thank you. Thanks.
I know those last couple of records, that was a hard transition period, like a growing pains, kind of trying to find yourself in the world of the industry, which can be really stressful. But you guys kind of made it through it and made it through stronger. And so kind of what is the special sauce that keeps your band tight and together? Because that can make or break a band, that experience,
I think the friendship, probably just having known each other for so long. I mean, Zach and I have known each other since we were like 12 and 11. Mm-hmm. So, and we hung out every day forever. I mean, we've hung out every day since we were like 11 or 12, essentially. So I think just that basis, it feels more like a brotherhood than it does a band. Like these are my best friends in addition to being my bandmates. So we're very lucky. I think at times it could make things complicated when tensions arise, but I think these relationships are so valuable to us that we won't let anything get in the way of that, really. I foresee this band going like forever, Yeah. We could take breaks when we'd want, I guess, but I can't really imagine life without these guys in this band.
That's awesome. That's really special and unique as well. So that's cool to hear that, and probably hopeful for some others who are together, because it's not like you were put together. You chose each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's a common misconception. We were label plant. So we were Simon Cowell, actually.
First Minneapolis industry plant.
It's like the
aside from
Runaways.
Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush and then us, actually.
Yeah,
you heard
Same
it
guys, actually.
here first. So LP3, like for me, that feels like coming of age. There's lots of vulnerability. It's like self-actualization and self-realization all kind of in one. But the title is very direct, and it's great for a radio host. LP3, I know this is the third studio album. But what is it that simple that it's just named LP3, or was there a purpose to that naming?
The naming of the albums is always difficult for us.
Yeah, it's never a home run. It's never like
Yeah.
a short conversation.
If you try really hard on it, it kind of comes off pretentious. And I think with this record, we just wanted to let it speak for itself. You know, I feel like it's a amalgamation of real life experiences that we've had, and it's hard to put like a 1 word to 4 word title on it. You know, it just seemed like this is LP3. This is our 3rd record. This is where we're at.
Well, I think in that sense too, it's like really confronting. It's like LP3. This is what it is. Here we are. What's
Exactly.
up? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what comes across, which is why I say, what a strong record, because there is a lot of confronting things in it. And it's just, there's a lot of people need that right now. So to be able to be open and be vulnerable, that helps so many different people. And I think that's kind of come in return with all these shows that you guys have been playing, which I want to talk about. But LP3, so this is also a record that kind of was a little different. It was like this era where you kind of brought it all home. You got Caleb Hines, your producer from high school, who's evolved and done lots of work, kind of come up together really. But you also invested your resources inward, right, into your studios and things here. So what was kind of the aha moment that made you want to do that this way for this record?
It seemed like a pretty natural evolution. I think when we went into Landmark with BJ Burton producing, we didn't know a single thing about production. We had just gone to Pachyderm for 2 to 5 days and tracked our songs live.
Ripped it.
With no overdubs. We were just like, cool, here we are. We rehearsed, 2 times a week, got the songs down and played them. And then we met BJ, and BJ was like, there's a whole other way of doing this. So he introduced us to kind of modifying things in the box. And watching him do that was very inspiring. And so we all got recording programs and DAWs and started doing it on our own. In Landmark, I tracked all the vocals myself because I was sick of singing in the room with everybody because I'm insecure.
We were so mean. We were so mean to you.
Yeah. Just sing a take and it's just silent on the other end. So I tracked my own vocals for that one. I was like, oh, this is cool. I wonder if I could track more things. And Bambi came around and we started demoing things out ourselves and making kind of rough produced versions that sounded pretty rough, but they're out in the world as the demos record. So yeah, Bambi was like the next step of us bringing those ideas in. And then when it came time to make LP3, we were like, I think we can do this on our own. We should just take this money given to us by our label and then invest it in gear for the long term. We started renting BJ's studio and brought Caleb there and made the record. And then now it feels like we could be self-sustaining for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's the future, just continuing on that trajectory?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Yeah.
And is like a new era of Hippo Campus? Is that kind of what it feels like?
I think it's sort of like a more authentic era of Hippo Campus where it's like we always wanted that sense of control, in production and within the computer. Because, I mean, writing songs is control over, the song, but then you sort of relinquish that control if you have a producer or someone, which is sometimes a good thing. It's a collaboration. But I think we just wanted that full range of expression from the song to the production to... what's next? We're going to get into music videos?
Yeah. And Caleb, went to high school with us, so he's known us since we were, 15.
Wow.
So, I couldn't think of a better person to work with us on the record that was the most personal,
That's perfect. So lucky to have those people who know you from then and, to be able to create together and evolve together is honestly just truly unique, which is why the sound comes through so well. And you guys are always reinventing yourself. So when I say new era of Hippo Campus, it's always a new era.
Yeah.
I love hearing what you guys come up with. And of course, we're playing Ride or Die. And when I think of Ride or Die, I think of being a kid and being with your pack and being like, ride or die. And I remember saying, skate or die.
Same.
Because you're about to do something incredibly dangerous, but in front of your people, so you feel cool about it. Is that kind of the feeling, or is it kind of the conclusion track to kind of getting through maybe hard times creating this record together, or what is the full concept of Ride or Die for you guys?
It's sort of like what I was talking about earlier, where I feel like the band will exist forever. I think this record was the first time that we got to be dead in a way, because we had toured relentlessly for 6 years. And we had been with each other all that time. And then all of a sudden we didn't see each other when the pandemic hit for a month. And it was heavy not seeing these guys. And I think in that we realized how much this band means to us and how much, beyond that, the friendships mean to us. So I think Ride or Die kind of sums up that love we have for each other.
It's perfect. I mean, that's the proclamation you make with your people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that kind of touches on, I do want to speak. It's kind of feels exhausting to talk about the pandemic, but I always feel like we should acknowledge it because it does have a part in the process. And from what I understand, you guys were intending to take a break just before the pandemic hit, but then it became a forced choice. Mm-hmm. So how did that maybe affect you, or what did that mean to you, like personally and creatively, those past 2 years as you're trying to kind of put this music together? You kind of touched on it a little bit, but a little more.
You talked about like the idea of it feeling coming of age, and I think for me, the pandemic was the first time I had understood my life without touring and music being full time. I think that when you're young and you do this thing, your identity is very much wrapped up in the performances you do and the songs you record. Like that's who you are, and then all of a sudden that doesn't exist and we don't know when that's going to come back. I think it was just a time to reflect on there are other things in life that are important. And I mentioned the friendship, also like relationships, like your partners, love, your family, I think for me, it was, I finally got to live in reality for 2 years. And that was really important because touring and recording it's really fun, but it's not reality,
Yeah. What about you?
Totally. I mean, we had scheduled that break it wasn't really a break. It was just don't tour, write the next record, and then you'll tour on the next record. So if COVID never happened, it wouldn't have really changed. It wouldn't be a break. It was just go write the thing and do it. And so that was our schedule, and I'm in a way grateful for that disruption to the schedule. We had a forced meeting with ourselves in that. Who are you without a tour? Who are you without leaving home every couple months? So answering those questions was enlightening, challenging, rewarding, creatively with the record. But yeah, I think gratitude is the takeaway.
There was a level of like community too, where I feel like we came home and we didn't know a lot of people. The scene is now like it's a younger scene here that's they're all making the coolest things, and we hadn't been home enough to engage with that. So I think having those 2 years to like meet new people and hang out here in Minneapolis and see what's going on was really inspiring overall. And then we started Blossom as like a kind of community organization to throw shows, and through that's been like very rewarding. And yeah, I mean, it was a really rough 2 years, but in a lot of ways it was a blessing for us.
I heard a rumor too, speaking of like getting to discover Minneapolis artists, about Milo jumping on stage at a show. And I don't know the full story, but like that you guys then connected and somehow kind of got involved. And I don't want to spread rumors, but I'm just curious about that whole interaction.
Yeah, no, I was at 7th Street to see Beach Bunny. And I'd kind of heard about a Milo band. I think DeCarlo was the one who showed me Bobby's music. And I was pretty inebriated at the show, and I saw Milo, and I was just like, "This is the future." I think I made like an Instagram post. I took a story. I was like, "The future." So I walked up to them after the set, and I was like, "What are you guys doing? You got to drop out of college. You got to come to our studio. We're gonna produce your record and record you." And I woke up the next day, and I was like, "Oh no, what did I do?" I like embarrassed myself in front of these kids, and then Bobby hit me up and was like, "Let's go." And so Caleb and I and Nathan produced their first EP, and then from then, I mean, Bobby's it's been a rocket ship, for that band. And very grateful to work with them, but
it's cool to hear stories like that, because I think like as bands, kind of you guys have used your platform for good for so long, like always adding to the community and bettering it, and so paying it forward and seeing something you love, like being part of that is so important.
They're way better than we were at that age. Honestly, I like look at all these kids and I'm like, man, you guys are so much better and so much smarter than we were back then.
Look, things are more accessible though. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I have to talk about Ride or Die one more time with that music video. Because I'm new to Minnesota, like, is that what you guys do here? Do you hang out in alleys and like, because you legit put salt in like,
Oh no, we just found the alley like that. I'm serious. I mean, like, obviously, no, we don't hang out. I mean, you've lived in Chicago, like that's a big alley city.
Yeah.
Not a big alley city. We don't have too many, so we had to go hunt for them, and we found one, and we were like, okay, yeah, this is great. And the director, Joe Peace, he was like, yeah, I just want to do, like, he had that gimmick where you sort of pan to the left and then it restarts. And we're like, okay, yeah, we'll use this one. And No, we don't hang out in alleys, but it was a good time, and I'm not opposed to doing it again.
And it is like a reference to, I mean, the whole video is like a timeline of our career, like touring in that van and loading in and out of alleys and like kind of like hanging out, you know, like when we were younger, we couldn't even get in the green rooms because we were under 21. So we'd play the show and they'd kick you out, you know, so we'd be hanging in alleys playing Frisbee and fighting. And yeah, I mean, it's all.
That's awesome. That actually sounds like a great time.
Can't complain.
It was good sometimes.
Well, you guys also played Ashtray and Bang Bang today in the set, which I thought were surprising choices, but really like confronting songs. I want to ask why those songs for your choices today? Most fun to play, or most important message, or what was it?
They were two of the tracks that were earliest on the record. So to me, at least, I feel like they really sort of shaped the way the rest of the thing came together. I think there's a really nice full band element to those songs where I think some of the other ones are more introspective. Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I guess they're formative to the record, and they just feel the best live, for sure.
They sound excellent. It was a lot of fun. We were dancing back here in the studio, so.
Thanks.
I love that. The other thing I wanted to say is that it's so awesome to see that you guys just recently, you performed here in your home Twin Cities. There are two of them. 6,500 people or more at the Armory. What does that feel like to be so welcomed into your community?
Yeah, I can't really describe it. It was very surreal. I mean, like endless amounts of gratitude. You know, like the whole day we were like, I guess this is what we're doing today. And it's crazy. And then they surprised First Ave, you know, they like sort of surprised us with like the star on First Ave's wall because we didn't know that was happening, and we were like, okay, we have to go do a thing at 4, and I was like, so where are we going? And no one gave me a straight answer.
No one would tell you.
They were like, yeah, it's just like a thing, you got to do it. We're like, okay, and they pulled us outside and they showed us the star, and we just like freaked out. So I mean, crazy top 5 day. I mean, just so much gratitude for everything, the city, First Ave, the current, just every part of it was like very surreal.
Yeah, it was like the best day of my life. That's like the only way I can really describe it. It's like everything you laid in bed and dreamed about as like a 13-year-old, you know, all through high school. Like, I just couldn't even imagine this would happen. So yeah.
You guys earned it. So
Thank you.
Well, then my last cheeky question for you is, in this year, are we going to see a repeat or a step up in the Twin Cities, a new show here?
Not sure. We haven't talked about it, but I mean, hopefully, there's no need to step up. I mean, we're happy where we're at. Like,
yeah, we're good.
If we can do the Armory like one more time, that'd be insane. But yeah, no plans as of yet for the rest of the year.
Thank you so much, Hippo Campus, for being here. Zach, Jake, we appreciate you, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Cheers.